So Voltics will be starting at 5 minutes 48. Then we'll be waiting 4 minutes and 12 seconds before we see the Vagners start. There you go, the Voltics. 7 laps of the North Loop. And the Vagners have to wait another 4 minutes and 12 seconds to start. So there's the Voltics. Now the idea behind this is that by the end of the race it will all be balanced. So everybody has an equal chance to win as long as you do something, as long as you do well in your own specific race. The Vagners should have caught up to the Voltics by the end. Almost a full lap done by the Voltics before we go. 10 minutes on the timer. There we go. 4 minutes 12 seconds after the Voltics. And by the end of the race, it should all be equal. It's like the 30 supercars in one race, but just with Voltics and Vagners. So all the Vagners, oh no, oh I got through that just. All the Vagners are going to be chasing down all the Voltics and we'll see which one wins at the end. Basically the perfect race for the leading Voltic and the perfect race for the leading Wagner. Then they should be neck and neck by the end coming to the finish line. I guess there's 2 races in one, so if you win your race in a Wagner, like of all the other Wagners, then or you're the top Voltic, then you've done good. You've won your little individual race. But this kind of idea spawned from the 30 supercars in one race video, and I figure just take out all the middle cars. Let's have the fastest and the slowest. Voltics versus Wagners. Let's have all the Wagners chase down all the Voltics and see how it works. So we'll see how fun it is. There's various other things that we can do with this. Oh, Jesus. That didn't work out so well. Pariahs versus penumbras for sports, say. There's all sorts of different things we can do. But there's probably going to be a kind of a long mid-race lull. I mean, this race is going to be half an hour long. There's going to be a big lull in the middle of it as the Wagners spread out, and then it's all just a case of catching up to the Voltics. But they started almost a full lap ahead, so it's going to be a while. I think with that crash, I probably lost the chance to win this race overall. This is assuming that the Voltic, like the person who's in the lead of the Voltics, has a perfect race, which he could very well have, since the Voltics don't have to deal with traffic. It's more difficult, you could say, for the Wagners to come through, because the Wagners have to overtake all the Voltics coming through. So the advantage is with the leading Voltic if they can have a perfect race, I would say, but we'll just have to see. Ideally, all the Wagners don't want to lose time racing with each other early on. We can save that for later on. haven't got much experience with the Wagner on the North Loop. Not really used to racing the North Loop in a car that's got so much grip. Alright, so I'm up into 3rd place for the Vagners. These races are always just intriguing to see which car wins in the end. Can the Vagners catch up enough? You know, all of that. Starting to get a bit more of a feel for the Wagner now, with the intense grip that it has. Chasing down C. Wilson for 2nd place. 2nd place of the Wagners. In this race we had 14 Voltics and 14 Wagners. Oh, what a scumbag! Oh, I knew. Even more chance at winning the race outright has gone there. It's what you don't want to do when you're in one of the faster chasing cars, I guess. Alright, Voltics on the crossover section. So we're only half a lap behind some of them now, at least. So Timmy has been leading the Voltics from pretty much the start, so he's having a untroubled run. We've got Horst Demol leading the Wagners 10 seconds up the road. So I think Horst is at the moment probably the only person who's gonna win the race outright, and if Horst doesn't win the Wagners, then we know that the Wagners could have been 10 seconds further up the road than whatever their finishing time is. If it wasn't for crashes and things. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we catch up to the Voltics and we've got to overtake them. At that point, every position will be an overall position. I'm in 2nd place for the Wagners, but I'm still only 16th overall. This is that mid-race lull that I was talking about, where the Wagners have settled down and all we're doing now is just chasing the Voltics that are miles up the road. Okay, I'm only 5 seconds behind Horst now, actually. I am catching up to Horst in the lead of the Wagners. If only it hadn't been for those 2 crashes at the start. Ah, you scum. Looks like we've caught up to last place in the Voltics already. He's not having the best time. So passing our first Voltic. But I think it's going to be the first one that we see for a while, to be honest. Okay, that was pretty easy as far as overtakes go. Getting a bit of an idea of what it's going to be like to try and overtake all these other Voltics when we catch up to them. No, you absolute scumbag. Damn it. Dropped to 7 seconds behind now. I keep catching up and then making these little stupid mistakes. So I'm back up to 8 seconds behind Horst, 24 seconds behind the next Voltic, with 2 minutes 22 seconds behind the top Voltic. And we are halfway through the race at this point. Sick of doing that. I'm so sick of doing that in this Wagner. Yeah, we're right behind Horst now. Has he had a few issues? I think he's had a few issues. Lost a lot of time. Coming out to overtake another Voltic. He was lagging a bit. Maybe Horst got involved in that. Either way, here we are. I don't really want to get into a battle with Horst. I just kind of... I mean, I wasn't really catching him. I caught him by quite a few seconds in the first couple of laps, but after that, it kind of settled down a bit. So maybe we can just continue on in tandem and then have our battle at the end of the race after we've cleared some of the Voltics. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. Horst, what have you done? What have you done? Oh, he's flown. He's absolutely flown. Wow. Okay, so I'm currently leading the Vagners, I guess. I am the last chance for a Wagner to win this race at this stage. That's not good. And Horst was 10 seconds ahead of me at one point. And I think I was only like a second or so behind him in the first couple of laps. So we could say that those crashes in the first few laps cost me maybe 9 seconds on this race. It could have been 9 seconds up the road to where I was. I'm not taking into account the little small mistakes I've done because that's on me anyway. So we'll see what the times are at the end and whether those 9 seconds could have helped. Again, this should be an easy overtake on the Voltic down the straight. Gone. Not too far away from the top 10. Mark Webber circa 1999 once his crash moves back. Yes. Oh, there's a Voltic up the cliff. I'll take that. Alright, coming up to a top 10 position. Hopefully I can get it done on the straight. That T20 is in a really annoying location. Can it be moved? Whoever it is. We had to swap cars during this race, obviously, for those who didn't have a Wagner or a Voltic, say. So someone must have had to respawn or something. I wasn't able to, or respawned accidentally. That T20 is not in a good location. Alright. Top 10. Let's see how much further we can get. Again, this is like meant to be, I mean, the idea is that it's balanced, so it's still based on how well you do in your own specific car. It's not as if the Voltics are at a disadvantage to the Vagners. 1 minute 12 behind now. It's not going to happen, I don't think, actually. We've only got a lap and a half to go. I think I'm a little bit too far behind. Top 5's always possible though, I think. 1 lap to go, 1 minute behind. We're only 30 seconds behind second place. Maybe we can get second. Second might be doable. I think we're a little bit too far behind first. A minute. I don't think we're going to catch. We're definitely not going to catch up a minute in 1 lap. Or maybe second place is on. Let's see. Last lap. Gotta get past the Voltics first though. There's 2. Here comes another 2. Actually, another many. Holy cow, there's a lot of them. So this is for a top 5 position. This is for 4th. Max Verstappen was in 2nd, so he must have had a mistake. There's 3rd. This must be for 2nd. There's 2nd. 2nd for life, of course. Still 37 seconds behind the leader. So we've caught up by 23 seconds on half a lap. But we're just going to be a little bit too far behind by the end, I think. 2nd for life. Are we going to lap a Wagner as well? This Wagner's not having a good time. Jeebus. Didn't quite do well enough. There's the Voltic, you can see it on the map, I think. Maybe it's a bit further ahead, but it seems... Nah, it must be further ahead than that, I think. It's not 30 seconds. Fun race though. Chasing down all the Voltics. My performance in this car wasn't good enough. Those crashes, if I hadn't had them, it would have made it closer, but I think I made too many very small mistakes myself to have a chance at winning. the leader has been leading the race since the start, so he's had a very, very clean run. I have not. And there it is. The Voltic takes the victory. But Voltic in first, Wagner in second. Shows that it, you know, the balance was there. And another second place for life, because of course. That was pretty fun. FYI, I only had clean laps. Yeah, that's what I thought. Timmy got into the lead very early in the Voltic and then didn't look back. Clean laps every lap. It's very difficult to catch that up when you're standing at the back of the Vagners and have crashes, but even without the crashes I wouldn't have been winning. I made too many little mistakes with those oversteer moments. What we can tell from this leaderboard is that the Voltic is the fastest super and the 900R is the third fastest. Clearly that's what this means. That's what people think when they get into races, and you know, when people make YouTube comments saying, "Oh, the Nightshade must be the quickest muscle car because I beat someone in a Pisswasser Dominator in a random race." It's like, that's not how it works. So we had Voltic, Wagner, Voltic, 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 Voltic. The next Wagner after me was Horst in 7th place. Then we had Ben L was in a Voltic. GT Driver was in a Voltic. And then a Wagner in 10th place overall. So yeah, it was 2 441s from the Wagners. I got a 438. The best lap from the Voltics was a 513. Yeah, we probably should have given a little bit. I feel like we should have given a little bit more leeway to the Wagners. I forgot to take into account them having to, you know, overtake. I didn't really add any extra time on for that, so maybe they should have been a little bit closer. But it was fun nevertheless. And we had a Voltic and a Wagner in the top 2. It was just dominant. The top 10 was dominated by 7 Voltics and 3 Wagners. But GG's everybody, that was fun. Second for life and best lap. That's what it is. That's my thing.